Hey everybody, it is the Wild Man Chris Wilds, and I am filling in tonight for Eric Buckeye Boggs for your Columbus Aviators podcast. Uh, Guys, I'm very excited to be with you for this game. Normally we have DK Dylan Kuhn with us on here as well. DK is under the weather, so unfortunately you guys are going to be stuck with me for the whole night tonight by myself. We're going to see what happens here. So, you know, uh, this is a Columbus Aviators team that last week uh, came up just short against the Orlando Storm, losing 23-16. The Aviators had an opportunity at the end of the game to come back and win the game. Unfortunately, they fell just a little bit short as uh, you know the quarterback McClendon was sacked around midfield with just under 30 seconds left, and kind of ended the comeback hopes for this team. But guys, I'm very excited. Have not got the opportunity to watch an Aviators game yet. I did not get a chance to watch it last week, so I'm very excited to see the product on the field. Of course, I'm very familiar with the coach Ted Ginn Jr. As far as his playing accolades, have not seen him as a coach, so that's something I'm looking forward a little bit to kind of seeing how that works, how he's doing there. We do have a few former Buckeyes associated with the team. I know that recently Jerron Cage came on board, defensive tackle. Excited to see if he's going to get any playing time and how much playing time he gets this week. So, um, of course, our buddy Alex, he is actually at this game tonight. So for me, I mean, we're getting ready to kick off. If you have any kind of questions, anything you want me to dive into, please just throw in the chat. I will do my best to get in there. I do see Buck Vader is in the chat already, our wonderful producer from over on so many shows on the OHIO podcast. We also have Donald Hoffer, who's one of our regulars on our roundtable shows, as well as a Patreon member on our Patreon network. But the Aviators come in, and this is a team that last week, 212 yards passing, 120 yards rushing, 322 yards overall. They were outgained 379 to 322 by Orlando. But that wasn't the real story of the game for us last week. The story of the game last week was, honestly, the fact that they only scored 20% on 20% of their red zone opportunities, only coming away with one touchdown, whereas Orlando scored on 75% of their red zone opportunities for 3 touchdowns, obviously leading to the win. So this week they have DC, and I'll be honest, I have not seen the stats on DC yet. So I do know they are the defending champions of the league, though. So Shannon Harris, I believe, head coach of this team. So they are led by Jordan Tiamua. So here we are. Do you think we can patch up the run defense? I hope so. I hope so. And like I said, Jerron Cage is a big body. He should be able to get up there and help with that. So hopefully he sees some time to get some opportunities there. But the DC defenders come in, as I said, the reigning league champions. And I'm not sure what all they brought back, but, interested to see here. Kind of feels lonely here tonight, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm used to having at least 2 co-hosts with me. I was looking forward to working with DK tonight. Unfortunately, he's got the flu. So he won't be here. Eric, as I said earlier, on vacation. He won't be here. So you're stuck with me tonight, guys. Let's see here. DC, trying to see. Looks like DC actually lost a low-scoring game last week at St. Louis. The Battlehawks actually took them down 16-10. So the defending league champions come in with a loss on their record. 0-1, the same as Columbus right now. Did not score a lot, only 9 points. And then this is a team that only had 73 rushing yards last week. So I think, you talk about, can we stop this or can we patch up the run defense? You're talking about a team in DC that only gained 73 yards on the ground last week. So this is a get well game for that. Vader, I'm doing great, buddy. I'm doing great. Again, a little nervous. Have not had the opportunity to watch the Aviators, so I'm not 100% comfortable yet with all the names that go with the numbers, but we're going to see. We're going to see how this goes. But as I look at the defenders, this looks like a team that really struggled last week. Total of 196 offensive yards, which, wow. That is not a whole lot. I only ran 46 plays, 123 yards through the air, 73 on the ground. So maybe this is an opportunity for Columbus to get well overall. Maybe Columbus can come out and get their first win here today. So we're still waiting for kickoff here. Coming out on the field right now, for the Aviators, we got Bernie Kosar, my favorite player of all time in the NFL. I'm not going to lie. Bernie Kosar, favorite player ever for the Browns. He actually was out on the field here with the Aviators, donning their inaugural T-shirt. Ted Ginn actually on the air right now. He's talking a little bit about spring football, his love of the state of Ohio, his love for the game of football. Here's a young man that I really want to see succeed. He's squaring off against, as I said earlier, Shannon Harris, last year's UFL Coach of the Year, defending UFL champions. Game time temperature 75 degrees. Only a mild 9-mile-an-hour wind, but I'll tell you what, we've been getting rain off and on here all day through central Ohio, so who knows the field conditions right now. You can see, actually, the field looks a little wet. Fair, yeah, it's a little weird for me too, I'm not going to lie. You can't find me on YouTube. Well, we should be on YouTube. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Columbus kicks off, and it is fair caught by the DC team. Jordan Tiamua is coming out. He was 9 of 16 last week for 123 yards, threw 2 interceptions last week. You can see me on Facebook. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me see here. I am available on YouTube. We are on the OHIO podcast Columbus Aviators channel. We are not on our normal OHIO podcast channel. So maybe that's why you can't find me on YouTube. I am on the Columbus Aviators channel. Tiamua takes snap. He pitches out. Run up the middle. Looks like that's going to be good for about a 4-yard gain on first down. Not a good start when you talk about how weak this team ran last week. And Deion Jackson comes out and immediately gets 4 yards on the ground. Swing pass out to the left. Gets the first down on about a 7-yard gain. Hey, Mika, how's it going tonight? Mika, kind of our recruiting guru, and of course our foil hat queen on the OHIO podcast. Snap is back. They're going deep. Caught by number 14 for a big gain down to the 11-yard line. DC is coming out and their offense is on fire. Mike Michael Lawson was the defender on that, and he did not look good. Screen pass out to the right, just absolutely swallowed up. Dawkins is there with two other guys to take them down. There is a flag on the play, however. So Columbus makes a big play, getting them in the backfield for about a 7 or 8 yard loss, only to get a taunting call half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down. They cannot get out of their own way today, guys, as Smith gets called for taunting. This seemed to be a problem last week. They could not get out of their own way last week either. Back to pass. Rolling out. Oh, defense in there for a sack. It looks like Williams and Jenkins perhaps in on the sack. Oh, and a big holding call there as well that was not called. It's 2nd and goal now. The ball is at the 19. The snap is back. Excellent defense by number 9. Makes up for that earlier. Oh, the flag comes out on the play. After the play, he throws the guy down. He bats the ball away only to then hook the guy and throw him down. This is the second, can only be called a stupid penalty on the part of Smith. First and goal from the 12, 10-yard run by Jackson down to the 2. Yeah, Mika, we can make a time tomorrow to get that knocked out for you. I've got some things I got to do around here for the wife, but we'll make some time to get that knocked out for you tomorrow. Hand off to Jackson again. Oh, they stopped. Oh, second effort, team push, but it looks like they called it down at the 1 prior to getting across the goal line. They called him for the momentum being stopped, so they're going to be at about between the 1.5 yard line. So Jackson gets in on the second effort, but the play had already been called dead. So now we are at 3rd and goal. And they are packed in there. We got 3 guys in the backfield. Jackson, touchdown. Touchdown, Deion Jackson. DC takes the lead. I'm sure our boy Alex is very excited about that. Cam Smith, 2 unsportsmanlike conduct calls during that drive that were very, very costly. our nickelback definitely did us no favors on that drive, keeping that drive alive for DC and allowing them to come out and take the early lead. And the hold is up, kick is good. It is 7-0 DC. Guys, this defense, I'll tell you, I don't know what to make of this. This was awful. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This was awful defense on the part of Columbus, and they have got to find a way to stop shooting themselves in the foot and making mental mistakes. Because outside of the mental mistakes, that was a fairly decent defensive drive. Yeah, let's go Aviators. Let's get those mistakes behind us. It was the first drive. We've got plenty of time. This is a DC team though that defensively is very good. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when Jalen McClendon comes out and see what he can do with the ball. I will say I did see some highlights from this game, and I thought the running back number 4 White ran very well. He looked like he did a good job when he was given the opportunities. You would like to think that receivers should be pretty sound on this team, given who their head coach is. We've got Tay Martin, Rock Taylor, Chisholm as the three starting receivers on this team. So hopefully they can make some things happen. And I'll tell you, out of the gate, this is just not a great start. But offensively, again, they're only down 7. They can come back in, and if they get this back right here, it's a new game. Don't start it, Vader. Don't start it. Ted Ginn Jr. is a first-year head coach. He's figuring it out, man. I don't know. I wish I had something more to offer than that, Vader, but everybody wants to give these young coaches the time to figure it out. So I would rather see him have a first-year coach figuring it out at the Aviators and try to have a first-year coach figuring it out at Ohio State. That's the one thing. That's an interesting fact. They just came up with a bit of tidbit of news there on the coverage. Every team but one in the UFL has a new head coach this year. That one team being DC. DC is preparing to kick off. Kick is back. And they're going to let it bounce through the end zone for a touchback. Jalen McClendon comes out. He was 21 of 32 last week versus Orlando. 212 yards through the air. He had another 30 yards on the ground. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Can this kid come out here and make a statement and get this team right back in the game? And White and Tahua are both in the backfield right now. Little pass out. Oh, was not even looking for it. But honestly, number 35 looked like he was being held. It was within the contact did come within the first 5 yards. And I'll be 100% honest. I don't know if the rules are the same in the NFL and the UFL as far as the contact downfield goes, but it did happen within the first 5 yards. Hand off to White. White running hard. Gets about 5 yards up the middle. They'll be at the right hash mark as they prepare to snap the ball. I'll tell you, I don't know what they're going to do here. I like Tay Martin, their slot kid, but I don't know if back to pass. And it goes to Martin, who gets the first down. He gets man-to-man on Zay, and he gets just enough to get across midfield. They're going tempo, play action. He goes to Martin again for about a 6.5, 7-yard gain. So I'm learning more and more about the UFL every day, and no punts are allowed once you cross the 50, except inside the 2-minute warning. So, little pass out to the right, gets the first and a couple extra. Looks like about a 6-yard gain. That going out to the tight end, number 84, Gunnar Oaks. Columbus moving the ball really well. Offensively, this is a pretty sound drive to start. McClendon starts out 3 of 4 for 19 yards so far. Oh! McClendon back tosses it up. It gets blocked in the backfield. Todd Haley, former Browns coach Todd Haley. Also Chiefs head coach from 2009 to 2011. He is the offensive coordinator for Columbus. McClendon back to pass. They're blitzing him. He's out on the move. He's got some room. Headed out. Gets the first down and steps out of bounds. McClendon, I'll tell you, I like his game so far. McClendon is actually knows exactly what he's doing. He has in his mind exactly what he's doing. He's making quick decisions. And exactly, getting to the sidelines, getting that first down, stepping out. His passes have been pretty crisp, except for the one that got knocked down. We've got quads on the one side, number 4 in motion. McClendon with a wide receiver screen. He is out. He gets the first down, I believe. That was the number 6, Antoine Wells. Gets 10 yards and another Columbus first down. I'll tell you, Vader, one thing I will say, his wide receivers, they're playing pretty decent ball. McClendon back in the pistol. He's back to pass. That pass just did not look good as he was trying to hit Jalen Moore, and he kind of threw it short. I'll tell you, I do love the jerseys and the helmets. I kind of want one of these. I want one of these jerseys. McClendon hands off to White. White off to the right side. Gets a big run. Looks like he gets about 8.5, 9 yards on that carry. It's going to bring up third and manageable, maybe third and a yard and a half, third and 2, or third and 1, maybe. Wow. So we are third and about a yard and a half. Love is alone in the backfield. McClendon audibling at the line. Handoff to White, who gets the first down and about a yard more. They are going to be at the 9-yard line, first and goal. McClendon 4-7, 29 yards. Also has a few yards on the ground right now. Extending the play with his feet, getting a first down. They kept this drive alive. We got Chisholm out to the right. We have Taylor out to the left. Tay in the slot. Taylor in motion, tightening up. The pass is out to no one. It looks like that was a misread. I believe that was intended for Gunnar Oakes. And Oakes looks like he turned in instead of turning out. White into the backfield. McClendon takes off on the quarterback run. He is in for the touchdown. 7-6 DC over Columbus right now with the extra point upcoming. McClendon just marched this team right downfield, putting them on his back, and great first drive to get the Aviators back into this game. Wow. He just got out there. He had 2 lead blockers, and he just followed them and then split them. They helped push him through the rest of the way. Touchdown, Columbus. The kick is up. The kick is good. It is 7-7 Columbus versus the Defenders right now. Wow, I'll tell you what, we got some excited Aviators fans right now. All right, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for some live up to the moment in-game stats around the league, and somehow I ended up with the soccer scores. As much as I don't like soccer. I'm not gonna lie. Soccer, it makes no sense to me. I'm sure it's a great sport. To me, it makes no sense whatsoever. That's kind of like, I'll tell you, to me, I love to watch hockey, but I can't tell you a thing about the game. I just kind of hang out and watch for the fights. So 7-7 score as we stand right now here in the first quarter. And right now I'm just trying to find out what we got for our stats, and I got nothing. I know that Eric, I believe, runs a live ticker, but I I don't have that ability. So right now, after a drive for each team, the defenders have Teamua. He is 3 of 3. He has 37 yards. Jackson, 4 carries, 13 yards, and a touchdown. You flip it over the defender or to the Columbus side. McClendon goes out. He is 4 of 8, 29 yards. He also leads the team in rushing with 16 yards. He's got 2 carries for 16 and a touchdown. And then White, 3 carries, 15 yards. Offensively, I think this is a solid team. I'm going to have to clip this segment out and re-listen to. Oh, look at that on the sidelines. 2015 national champion Cardell Jones walking the sidelines with the Aviators as well right now. And the kickoff is returned to about the 27-yard line. I'll tell you, that's a nice crowd. Given the weather that we got going in Ohio right now, that is a pretty nice crowd. It looks like they're at Old Crew Stadium. All right. The defenders on offense again. The snap, the handoff. Big run by Jackson. 10, 11, still running, still churning. Gets about 12 yards on the carry. Columbus has got to fix that run defense, I'll tell you. Fred Keiss, the offensive coordinator for DC, just picking them apart with the run game. Another handoff to Jackson. Gets right around 5 yards on that carry. Tackled by Jerron Cage, former Buckeye. Second and 5, and a very intense looking Ted Ginn on the sideline. And the ball is snapped, high snap, handed off. Columbus gets there, stops them for a gain of about 3.5. Brings up about 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and a little more, long one. Yeah, Vader, let's go. Let's keep this thing going. We have 7 people watching right now. Guys on YouTube, please make sure to like this channel if you have not done so already. Please give us a subscribe as well. The ball is snapped. Hand off to number 4, who gets to the outside. He's got the first down and more as he gets down to the 38-yard line of Columbus. 14-yard pickup for Smith. Let me just tell you guys, I'm going to hang with you as long as I can. Hopefully I don't lose internet again, but I see the lightning kicking up outside again. I hear the thunder coming in. That's been an ongoing thing this season with our podcast shows. The snap. Fake. Number 10 takes off. Gets about a 3-yard gain. Oh! The quarterback slides. He was hit by Woods after the slide, but I don't think that was really a good call there. It was a very strange looking, very late slide. I think he was going into tackle before he actually went into the slide. I think you've got to pick this flag up. That was not on Woods. That should not have come out. They did call him for a late hit on the quarterback. Bad call. Bad call. He gives himself up, but as he is giving himself up, Woods is already in motion with the hit. That was a bang slide hit. That was a bad call on the part of the officials. Snap, handoff. Between center and guard, he gets about 3 yards. We're going to have probably one more snap before they wrap up the first quarter in this one, guys. And Talamua is back. He's got the ball. He does a screen pass out to number 24, Valade. Columbus is all over it. Actually lifts him off the ground as they tackle him. This quarter is going to end with a 7-7 tie and a third down upcoming when we come back. As it stands right now, guys, this is a game. This is a real game. And I'll tell you right now, the officials really helped out DC on that last possession, or on this possession, on that late hit call. As it stands right now, the box score looks like this. Defenders quarterback, Teamua, 4 of 4. He has 37 yards passing. You've got Jackson with 5 carries, 25 yards. Smith with 3 carries for 24 yards. Teamua, 1 carry for 3 yards. And Valade, 1 carry for 3 yards. So they actually have already carried the ball 10 times for 55 yards. This is a team that only had 73 yards in the entire game last week. They have 55 yards rushing in the first quarter. Switching it over to the other side with the Aviators. McClendon, 4 of 8, 29 yards passing. He's also the team leader in rushing, 2 carries, 16 yards, and a touchdown. You've got White with 3 carries for 15 yards. Receiving, you've got Martin with 2 catches for 12. Wells, 1 for 11. Oaks, 1 for 6. And defensively, Fred Tompkins leading the way for the Aviators. He has 6 tackles already in the first quarter. We also have Lawson, Fields, Stone, Palmore, Woods, Smith, Dawkins, Dent, all with a tackle apiece. If you look over at the other defense for the defenders, Taylor leading the way, 4 tackles. You have Anderson and Kidd with 2. Smith and Roberson each have 1. It was actually Stone. I'm sorry, I said Cage had the sack earlier. It was not Cage. It was actually Stone that got to the quarterback early on that play. So what do you guys think of the first quarter so far? I'll tell you, I'm impressed by the offense. I'm concerned for the defense. That's where I'm at. I think that Todd Halfley, obviously an NFL guy. I mean, I think this is a guy who at this level can do a lot of good things given if he has the talent around him. I think he's going to be a good offensive coordinator for Ted Ginn Jr. Defense, I'm concerned. I don't know whether it's that we don't have the horses. I see, the biggest thing for me is the lack of discipline, which surprises me on a team that is coached by Ted Ginn Jr., who played obviously for his father at Glenville and then for under Jim Tressel. To have those two guys as kind of your coaches and mentors surprises me a lot to see us watching a team that does not have a lot of discipline on that defensive side of the ball. All right, we are back. DC, 3rd and 7. The quarterback back in the pistol formation. He's back to pass. Throws it. Nobody there. Threw into double coverage with a safety just waiting. 4th and 7. DC is most likely, I'm thinking, going to kick the ball here for a field goal maybe. Yeah, they've got a field goal attempt going here. Their place kicker, Matt McCrane, back. It's up, and he splits the uprights. It was perfect. DC goes up 10-7. Defensive stand by Columbus kept them to 3. So let's see if they can come out and put 7 on the board themselves this time and get back into this. Oh my goodness. Oh my, what did I just see? Out there in the stands, that's wow. We have got a hat, goggles, and a shirtless man out there. That's wow. Kind of looks like one of those little hats that Kyle wears on South Park, man. He's got a brown hat. He's got the sunglasses, and he's going shirtless. And this was not a young man. That's not a good look for us. That'd be like me and Bart and Eric out there going shirtless at the game. Not a good look. So they hold them to 3 on that possession. Obviously, a much improved possession. It looked like they were just going to run the ball at will downfield, and Columbus stepped up. So at this point, we are just asking ourselves, can Columbus's offense come out now? And again, if this is me, if I am Ted Ginn Jr., I am going to look to Tay Martin again. I like him across the middle. I like him on those little middle crossing routes. He, I think, has an advantage on his man. So I like him in the slot. We saw some success with a little bit of play action in the first quarter. So maybe get White the ball to start and see if we can establish the run a little bit. Coming up at halftime, Gavin McGraw performing live. That explains all the young ladies in the crowd tonight, I believe. Brock Heward on the sideline. He of, I believe, Washington, if I recall correct. Fox is actually interviewing Gavin DeGraw right now, and Fox is throwing up a weather alert saying that Marion County, where I'm located, is now under a severe thunderstorm warning until 9:30 p.m. McClendon preparing to come back out. We have 14-15 left to go in the half. The kick return, nice job on the kick return. Gets the ball out to about the 30-yard line, which is where McClendon's going to take over. I don't know what this creepy Fox thing is in the Aviators outfit, but but I love his sunglasses. I need me a pair of those. All right, McClendon under center. He's back, handoff to White. White going out to the right, spins, but is brought down for about a 3-yard loss. I'm sorry, that was not White. That was actually Taua. The tackle by Smith of the defenders. Number 40 linebacker Brandon Smith got that stop. Brings up 2nd and 14. McClendon back in the shotgun. Flanked on each side. Pass out to number 8. Gets about 4 yards back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 10. They're calling it 3rd and 11, so they're going to actually keep him a yard short, about the 29. All right, let's see what Haley has dialed up for this play. Columbus is 2 of 2 so far on 3rd down. McClendon back in the shotgun, gets the snap. He's up. McClendon's going to take off running, fakes the pass. He gets the 1st down with a 13-yard run. Nice job by McClendon, keeping the drive alive with his legs. Julian, I need you to just watch this, young man. Because if you just do this when you are in a pinch, we going to be all right at Ohio State. McClendon keeps Columbus perfect on 3rd down conversions. He now has 3 carries for 29 yards. McClendon the handoff. Levitt gets the 3-yard pickup. However, a flag comes in late. Looks like a collar tackle perhaps on the defense. And it was a personal foul call for a horse collar tackle. Automatic 1st down, tacking on 15 to the end of the run. Oh, yeah. That is a great call. You can see it as he pulls him down. He has the back of the neck and the shoulder pads just firmly in his grasp. So Columbus now at the 41-yard line of DC. 88 in motion. He sets. McClendon under center. Back. Handoff to Lovett, who gets about a yard. Falls forward for maybe 1. Todd Haley and Blake Williams. These 2 guys have squared off against one another before. McClendon under center again. He's scanning the field. He drops back to pass. He's rolling out. Tucks it. Runs for about 3. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. So let's see what we got. Haley's dialing up for this 3rd down conversion. McClendon 5 of 9, 33 yards through the air. It is 3rd and 6. Looks like they're preparing a blitz on the part of DC. We have a man in motion. McClendon throws, gets it to Martin, who comes up about 2 yards short. Garyon Conley, former Ohio State player, with the big tackle right there. Garyon Conley, good to see him back out there playing professional football again. 4th and 2. Are they going to kick the game-tying field goal here? Or are they going to go for it? They are going to go for the field goal as Columbus's kicker, number 40, Ryan Coe, is out there. He is measuring it up. This is a long field goal. It's going to be placed down around the 41. It's up. It's not even close. It is way wide left. The score remains 10-7. In Columbus, Ohio, we still have kicking woes. Wow. So, a fruitless drive for the Columbus Aviators. Now the key is you've got to keep them to no more than 3 here, and you've got to come back and score before the half. It's that simple. Oh, not too many people in the live game watch with us. We're down to 3. So guys, take this opportunity. We are at commercial. It's going to be a couple minutes before anything comes back on. Do what Buck Vader's doing. Go on and share this with your friends. Let's get some people out here, watching our Columbus Aviators. Make them aware of the OHIO podcast and the OHIO podcast Cleveland Aviators channel. Of course, we will be back on our main channel on Sunday night with our Sunday night roundtable covering the Ohio State Buckeyes. But right now, the only thing we are focused on is these Columbus Aviators. And this is a Columbus Aviators team that, again, came away with no points on that. Although, I kind of question Ginn's decision, and he probably did the right thing going for the tie. But that was a very, very long field goal. You got to feel it's like a 51-yard field goal. I don't know. I'm not putting that in the hands of my kicker. I would have gone for it. You've been moving the ball fairly well. Why not try to get those 2 yards? You don't get it. The result ultimately is the same. So right now, as we look at this, McClendon definitely is the offense right now for the Aviators. 6 of 10, 36 yards in the air, 4 carries, 32 yards on the ground, a touchdown. He is averaging 8 yards per carry on the ground. Love it. 3 carries -1. Definitely struggling right now. Okay, Columbus back on defense as DC takes the field. Quarterback gives the hand. Oh, quarterback keeps the ball. Huge hole up the middle. That was a wonderful fake handoff on the RPO. He pulls that back in on the stretch read, takes off right off center or off guard, and gets a big gain. They are in Columbus territory already. Handoff now to Jackson, who is just moving at will. Gets about 6 yards. Well, they're marking him pretty short, I think. They only marked him about a 6-yard gain. That looked like about an 8-yard gain to me. It's 2nd and 5. I question that spot. I'm not sure about that. Jackson gets the ball again. Just runs right into the teeth of the Columbus defense, but still moves them back about 3.5 yards. This is going to bring up a 3rd and 1. This is Ta'amua back. 13 in motion, fakes the handoff, hands off to 25, who is absolutely suffocated in the backfield. Absolutely suffocated by Tompkins, who was not fooled, and drops them for a loss. Now, what's DC going to do? Are they going to kick this? Or are they going to go? I think they're going to go for it. 4th and 3. I think they are going to stay on the field. They got Tamua. I got to think this is RPO here on the part of Tamua. He's going to get to decide on that stretch whether or not he wants to keep the ball or hand it off. Play action. First down, right over the middle. Caught by the tight end. Actually, that was the slot. That was not the tight end. It was the slot player. Slot receiver got over there. It was Powell. So first down. Hand off again to Jackson is just doing whatever he wants out there. Actually, switched up to Validate on that one. Listen, 25 and 24. We need to change those numbers up. Too hard to tell the difference. DC just running the ball at will. Validate gets the carry again, just breaking tackles and gets the first down. Wow. This is not looking good for the Columbus defense. They need to make something happen here. Handoff again, off the left side, just picking his way through. Gonna get 8 on the carry. Brings up 2nd and 2. They have already got almost 100 yards rushing on the ground. They have already outgained their entire game last week. Wow. So Columbus taking a timeout, going to try to get that defense together, see if they can still find a way to hold these guys outside of the end zone. Right now, they still can get another first down before they enter the red, or as they enter the red zone. They're at about the 12 right now, I believe. This is just, they are running the ball just at will. This is just awful, awful run defense. This is a defenders team that does indeed have 100 yards rushing on 17 carries in the first half. 17 carries, 100 yards in the first half of football. They have more rushing yards than our Aviators have total yards. Aviators right now sitting at 92 total yards. So we are at commercial in this game, and looks like Vader's still hanging there with us watching. Thank you, Vader. Oh, guys, I don't know what to say here. This defense is confusing me. They are missing tackles, silly penalties. Even when they stop them, these guys are just running out of tackles. This is just really undisciplined football. Again, not something I expected to see off a team run by Ted Ginn. We are back. DC, 2nd and 2, 12-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Oh, he's going to just waltz into the end zone. Valladay just walked in almost untouched. One guy got a hand on him down around the 2, but he just ran right out of the grasp. They've got so many players pulling on this line. We got the center out pulling on this. And let me tell you, their receivers and their running backs are great blockers. These guys are running a gap scheme, and they are just moving guys downhill, going the opposite way. Flag on the extra point. Offsides on Columbus. They're going to decline that and take the point. DC now up 17-7. Two touchdowns and a field goal on DC's first 3 possessions. I don't know, man. Somebody talk to me. Somebody tell me, what can Columbus do to fix this problem on defense? Anybody, throw it up there for me. We'll shoot a message to Teddy. Maybe it'll get to him by halftime. We'll throw it up on his X. Shoot him a Facebook message, something. So, change the topic here a little bit. Moving off of the game here a little bit. I don't know if you saw it yet. I saw it today for the first time. Jeremiah Smith with a funny commercial that 11 Warriors posted earlier. Really funny commercial. 11 Warriors shared it on their site earlier, so if you haven't seen that, go over and check that out. JJ Smith is he's a funny guy. Best part was when his assistant walked in with a maize and blue tie on. This is a lonely job when you don't have a co-host and we're at commercial. Tell you what we could do. We could go around. We'll see if we can find the UFL scoreboard anywhere here, and maybe take a look around the league. Tackle better, yeah. Well, that's the understatement of the year. So actually, the Aviators are the only Friday night game tonight. So it is the only game in town, so to speak. Tomorrow we have the Kings and the Storm. The Orlando Storm, who we lost to last week, looking to go 2-0 on the season. The Kings 0-1. The Stallions and the Gamblers play on Sunday. The Stallions also looking to improve to 2-0. And then the Battlehawks and the Renegades both go in at 1-0. One of those teams is going to take their first loss on Tuesday. So Columbus has got to come out right now, and they have got to put 7 back on the board. They have got to come out and put 7 on the board to stay in this game. There's 5:11 left in the first half. The kickoff is up. It's taken to 4. It's being returned. It's out across the 20. White is actually back behind the 20 now, back to about the 16. And a fight breaks out, and Love absolutely tosses a player. Just a huge shove that knocks him down. Frustration starting to set in, I believe. All right, McClendon back. Gets the snap. Hand off to number 35, who's got a big running lane over to the left side. Gets across about a 11-yard gain. 11-yard gain for Taiwa. McClendon with the ball. Looking downfield. Oh, he's under pressure and sacked. Sacked by Basham and Maxwell. Maxwell just absolutely dominated the guard, number 64, Chris Glazer. He owned him. Lost of 8 on that sack. Brings up 2nd and 18. McClendon back to pass. Doesn't have it. Takes off running. Back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Forward progress, they might give him just across the line of scrimmage. So we're looking at probably still a 3rd and 18. With 3:13 left, 3rd and 18, they've got to find a way to convert this long 3rd down. Play clock running down. Just get the play off. Oliver across the middle. Good blocking. He's close. He may have gotten the first. He might be a half yard short. At this point in the game, at this point in the field, 4th and 1, Ted Ginn Jr. has to go for it. You're down 10. You can't afford with 2:43 to give these guys the ball back because they are running at will on you. You have got to be aggressive here. You've got to go get that first down. He's going to look like a genius or an idiot after this play. And Washington, I believe, is going to burn a timeout here. Or is Columbus going to take the time? No, DC takes the timeout. DC discussing what they're going to do with this play. Columbus, maybe the most pivotal point in the game right now. Because you do give the defenders a short field if you do not get this. Maybe try to draw them off. No, you've only got 12 seconds left. Fakes the handoff, little screen pass, and he misses the wide open running back. He was wide open. That is an easy first down, and McClendon just botches it. The 2 defenders sucked in off the running back to try to get McClendon, who they thought was going to run. McClendon has plenty of time right there. Oh. Throws it behind him and off to... That, folks, was not on Ted Ginn. That was not on Jeff Halfway. That was a great play call. That was piss poor execution. It's that simple. That was piss poor execution. DC now fakes the handoff. They're looking to go deep right off the bat. Jackson, the running back, wide open, gets down to the 12-yard line. Guys, the route is about to be on. Barring a defensive play here, a big time step up, a turnover, something to that effect, this is going to be a route in the making by halftime. And Tom, who has all the time in the world to throw this ball because they are so afraid of DC's running game right now that they are not rushing the quarterback. Tom, who just stood back there and had all day. The defending champs run this one down to the 2-minute warning. 17-7. They are deep in Aviator territory. This has the makings of a very, very bad day for the Aviators. They shot themselves in the foot on defense on the first series. And then after that, it has been just nothing but a display put on by the running backs from DC with a few timely passes thrown in. This is the defense hasn't got it figured out yet. What's the score right now? It is 17-7. Columbus is trailing, and DC is on the move again. Columbus had an opportunity with 4th and about a yard to continue their drive, and it was just not to be. As great play call. They flare out a running back, and as they did this, the quarterback looks like he's running, so he sucks in the defenders. Running back is wide open across the marker for the first down. Simple pop pass, and the quarterback throws it short and behind, and it was incomplete. So DC took over in Columbus territory, and they are now down inside the red zone. Thanks for joining us tonight, Mike. Appreciate that question. And right now, this game has been all DC. Talamalu, their quarterback, 6 of 7, 70 yards passing. Jackson and Valladay both have 33 yards rushing and a touchdown. Smith has 24 yards rushing. Talamalu has 20 yards rushing. They've got 110 on the ground, 70 through the air. That's 180 yards of total offense, which is more than they had last week in the entire game. And Columbus, McClendon has been decent, but not great. 7 of 12. Okay, we're back to the game. Talamalu gets the snap, hands it off to Jackson, who runs virtually untouched right up the middle between guard and center, and goes straight into the end zone for a touchdown. Deion Jackson absolutely just eating this Columbus team alive. And I'll tell you, this is a DC team that you have to give credit to their offensive coordinator. He's coming out there. He's running 6 offensive lineman sets. He's running 6 offensive linemen and a tight end. He's doing everything he can to get these guys favorable matchups on the ground, and it is working. It is absolutely working, as they now have 122 yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Now, Columbus is going to get a the ball back. They are going to have uh, over a minute and a half left, I believe. They're going to have almost 2 minutes, 156 left. They're going to have 156 left. They've got 2 timeouts still. Uh, they're down 24-7. They've got to try to do something to get out there and score. They're going to have to put the ball in the air. They need to get the ball into the hands of Tay Martin, their slot guy. Either that or get it into the hands of their speedy outside receiver Wells and let him, make something happen. Because right now, this team is struggling. And it's not that they're not moving the ball. I mean, they've got over 100 yards of offense in the first half, 109 yards. But they are, and they started out converting their first 3 third downs. It's just they are making mistakes at the wrong time. They gave up a bad sack. They gave up bad penalties on defense. This team is just not doing themselves any favors right now. If they can actually get down and get points on the board, even if it's just a field goal, get points on the board here, you get the ball coming out the second half, you can make this a game again. But you have to come out right now and put points on the board with 1:56 left. Best case scenario, you put 7 on the board. But you've got to get something on the board here so that you can come out and have something positive going into halftime and come out and hope to score on that first possession and get yourself back into the game. So I'll tell you, as I look at this squad, I've been looking through the rosters, and a few familiar names are coming up. Obviously, Garyon Conley, former Ohio State Buckeye. He is playing for DC. The Sam Kidd, their safety, has been amazing, by the way. But a few former Buckeyes in this game. We saw, like I said, Garyon Conley, big play earlier. For the Aviators, you've got Jerron Cage out there. Kickoff is up. Taken at the 5. Being returned. Oh, my God! What a physical hit on White by number 13 for the defenders. That was brutality. White comes up and he is just absolutely leveled. That was a great hit, and it was a perfectly clean hit. But oh my goodness. Absolutely laid out White at the 22. And that's where Columbus starts the ball. McClendon back in the shotgun, looking to pass, gets the ball out, gets about 8 on that first completion. Completed to Chisholm, the wide receiver, number 3. They're running with some tempo here, showing some urgency. Back again is McClendon, who throws the ball, but his arm was hit in the motion, and it just kind of wobbles away. But it is 3rd and 3 right now. They've got to convert the first down here. They have to. McClendon back. Gets the snap. He's looking downfield. Low throw. He was under pressure and he just chucked it low. 4th and 3 coming up. They're deep in their own territory. You have to feel like they're kicking this ball away. And they are. And they should. But that gives DC a minute and a half left almost. 1:25 on the clock. They still have 2 timeouts. They are running the ball at will. The punt is up. It is taken. Oh, fumbled! The punt is fumbled! It's muffed! And I think the Aviators have the ball! The Aviators have the ball at the 35. They have life yet. Story Jackson comes up with the muffed punt. Muffed by number 15, Cockty. He just went right through his arms. That may have been the life that Columbus needed there. I believe it was tipped up, nearly intercepted by the defense, and I think an offensive lineman ended up getting the reception. Number 75, Nelson. Brian Nelson, number 75, the left tackle. Nelson makes a great concentration by Nelson, the left tackle, to steal the interception away as it's still in the air. After the play, it looks like there was a penalty. Looks like they are saying there are 2 fouls. Both are on the defense. We're going to get the call. Looks like there's a face mask involved. So there was a personal foul and unsportsmanlike conduct on number 23 of the defenders, who engaged with a Columbus player and shoved him to the ground. So Curtis Jacobs, the linebacker out of Penn State, was one of those 2 penalties. Wow, we've had a long discussion going on this on the field. They have still have not firmly made the call yet. There are 2 dead ball fouls apparently, and they are trying to review these penalties right now. So this looks like Columbus is going to get the ball about the 25-yard line. We are still waiting on this to So there was both after the ball. One was a face mask. One was an unsportsmanlike conduct. They declined the face mask. They took the conduct call. It's going to be 15 yards. So they're going to the play completed at the 40-yard line. We're going to get a 15-yard mark off from there. So we're up to the 25-yard line. It is first down and 10 Columbus with 1:06 left in the first half. The blitz. He gets the ball out to number 4 for the first down and then some. And he gets out of bounds, but there is another flag down. Looks like perhaps a late hit on the quarterback. Robertson, I believe, for the defenders, just got a roughing the passer call at the end of that play. After they had already, defenders had already picked up a first down. If that's the case, oh yeah, he fully landed. He lifted the player off the ground and put his full body weight onto the quarterback. It's going to be half the distance of the goal after the penalty is tacked on. Which we are now 24-7, but Columbus threatening to make this a game at 24-14 with possession coming back out of the half. That's the big thing to remember. First and goal at the 5.5-yard line right now. DC takes a timeout. Columbus has a chance right now to take this game and snatch victories from the jaws of defeat. This was a game that looked like it was about to get very ugly. It looked like it was about to be a landslide in favor of DC. They were up 24-7. They were getting the ball back with 2 minutes left on the clock. They had the opportunity to add to that lead. A muffed punt changed everything. Columbus gets the ball at the 35. They've moved the ball very well since then. They are down in the red zone at this point. 1:01 left on the clock. Down, the ball is between the 5 and 6 yard line. Hand off to White, who jumps around to the outside. He's out to the left, leapfrogs a defender and into the end zone for a touchdown. Zaquandre White goes for 6 yards and a touchdown. And this game is now a 24-13 DC lead. They do still have 55 seconds on the clock, so Columbus is going to have to play defense. And I'll tell you right now, though, this is a Columbus team and a fan base that is excited as they have crawled back into this game after what looked like it was about to be a landslide victory for DC. The extra point is down. It's up. It's good. 24-14 is now the score. And Columbus finds a way to climb back into this one. They still have to defend for 55 seconds. They want to take this thing to halftime at no worse than where it is right now. And they want to come out and score. If they do that, this is a ball game again, folks. This is a ball game again if they can do that. Last week, they fell just short in their comeback bid. If they need to get on this early, and so they don't fall short late again like they did last time. What a game this has been so far. Offensively, I can't say enough about this team. Their grittiness, their quarterback play has been up and down as far as accuracy goes. Trust me, this kid is no Julian Sand, but McClendon is a gutsy, gritty quarterback, and he has done enough to bring this team back to the 24-14. As we stand right now, this is a This is a Aviators team that is now about 131 yards of total offense, which is far behind the 192 that DC has. But I'll tell you, it's a game. It's still a game. McClendon been very solid. White been very solid. The running game for Columbus averaging 4.8 yards per carry. We have 2 touchdowns on the ground. Offensively through the air, 10 of 17. So that's about a 59% completion percentage and 68 yards through the air. Tom Mahu and the defenders' defense or offense have been very good as well. Tom Mahu almost perfect at 6 of 7, 70 yards passing. He's added 20 yards on the ground. Jackson and Valladay have been the real story of this game, though. A combined 14 carries for 78 yards and 3 touchdowns. We are coming back. Zaquandre White absolutely got just leveled. His helmet turned. He got hit so hard on that kick return. And then he comes back at the end of that drive, and all he does is leapfrog a defender, break out of a tackle, then leapfrog a defender to get into the end zone for a touchdown. All right, the kicker has got the ball on the tee. He is kicking off. Kind of a squibbed kick. The ball did not land in the landing zone, though. So the ball will be at the 40 for DC. Huge mistake on the part of Ryan Coe, who has already missed a field goal and then makes a mental mistake on the kickoff. Does not get the ball into the landing zone. So he has had a costly game so far for DC. The kicking woes, as I said earlier, continue in the city of Columbus. They need about 20 yards, does DC, to get into field goal range here. And they've got a lot of time to do it with 55 seconds and a timeout left on the clock. Oh, high snap. Caught by the quarterback. Intercepted! Intercepted by Columbus. And the ball is down at the 41-yard line of DC. What a great play. The Aviators have the ball with 48 seconds left. Oh my goodness. This game is unbelievable. Pickoff by number 41 of the Aviators. That is the safety, Michael Lawson. The free safety gets up there, gets the interception. The Aviators can close this gap, and they get the second half kickoff. The Aviators will be in a position to potentially, if they could score a touchdown here, they would be in potentially the situation to take the lead if they could score a touchdown also on the second half first possession. Oh my goodness. A team that I myself, as well as many of you, probably wrote off after they went down 24-7, after they were punting the ball from deep in their own territory, all of a sudden has turned this game around, and they are right back in it. Wow. McClendon is back in the shotgun. He gets the ball. Handoff, delayed handoff. Gets about 3 yards. That handoff goes to Lovett. Columbus takes their first timeout. Wow. My goodness, what a first half this has been. It is 2nd and 7. Ted Ginn Jr. rallies the troops, halfway talking to them as well. Or Haley, I'm sorry, Todd Haley talking to them as well. My goodness. Wow. Okay, McClendon is set to take the snap. Receiver in motion. McClendon back. Looking deep. Throws the ball. Picked off at the 11-yard line. He left it short. Looked like he was going to try to go for it all. And the safety kid who made a big tackle earlier comes up big with an interception right after Columbus got the ball back. McClendon was looking down his receiver the whole way. He was trying to hit Chisholm the whole way. He was staring Chisholm down, never looked off of him. Kid simply looked back into the backfield, comes up, jumps the route, gets the interception, and now DC is going to be content to just sit on this one. Apparently, this was supposed to be a pick play of some sort because let me tell you, Ted Ginn just ripped a receiver for not clearing out the defender on the play. This was a game that right now was in Columbus's grasp to take back. Right now, they've got their work cut out for them in the second half as they now are going to need 2 touchdowns to actually take the lead back after the half, as opposed to hopefully going in just down by 3 or down by a touchdown. Ta'amu, wow. Well, guys, that was the first half. Let me tell you, that was a play that may have just. I'm not going to say it did cost Columbus this game, but it may have. Got greedy, tried to go for it, telegraphed the play, and the defense just jumped the route and made an easy pick. He just looked like a center fielder standing there waiting on a fly ball to drop in. So at the end of the first half, the score is the DC Defenders 24, the Aviators 14. It is Ta'amu 6 of 8, 70 yards and an interception. We've got Jackson leading the way rushing for the Defenders with 9 carries, 45 yards, 2 touchdowns. Valaday has 5 carries, 33 yards, and a touchdown. Smith, 3 carries, 24 yards. And Ta'amu, 3 carries, 19 yards. For the Aviators, you've got McClendon, who is 10 of 18, 68 yards, and a costly interception. McClendon also is the team's leading rusher with 5 carries for 32 yards and a touchdown. White, 4 carries, 21 yards and a touchdown. Taua has 1 carry for 11 yards. Lovett, 4 carries for 2 yards. And if you look at the numbers as a team, 70 yards passing, 121 rushing, 191 of total offense for DC. You've got 68 yards for the Aviators through the air, 66 yards on the ground. That is a total of 134 yards of total offense. Very balanced attack for Columbus. Very, very balanced attack for Columbus. We are now, those of us who are watching on Fox right now are enjoying the Gavin DeGraw concert right now. And we'll see if we can tune in for a little of that. Let's see here. So let's see if we can. As I take a quick restroom break, we're going to let you listen to some tunes here. Actually, you know what? We better not do that due to copyright law. So I'm going to go ahead and discontinue that. I'm going to just step away for a brief second here. And as I do that, just bear with us, and I will be back momentarily to cover the second half. So, hey, everybody, I do apologize. That's the downfalls of doing a show on your own that is running this long, is the fact that you know, at times you just gotta go. And unfortunately, due to copyright restrictions, I can't put the game or the concert on the YouTube, and we may want to make sure we honor those, so we don't do that like some people may. Um, so, what are you guys' impressions of the first half? I just got to know, what's your impressions of the first half? Because for me, I'll tell you, yeah, again, impressed by the offense, befuddled by the defense. I think this is a team that has a lot of potential, but also a team that lacks a lot of discipline. So for me, I'm in wait and see mode. I think Ted Ginn's going to get this figured out, but I'm very hopeful. And the one thing I can say is, no matter what, you can't say that Columbus Aviator football is not exciting, because it definitely is. Now, I'm actually thinking what I may try to do is, if I can make it work, maybe, just maybe, we can reach out and see if King Buckeye Alex Bryan, who is at the game, might have a minute before the start of the second half. Because I do know that he is there. So let's see here. Oh, no. So hopefully he will send us a message back and see if maybe he can jump on with us before the start of the second half. He says there is a great turnout by Columbus. So that's good. But yeah, he says it's a great turnout by Columbus, great environment in Columbus. So wonderful. I'm not going to bother him, as he is a huge Defenders fan. I don't want him to come on here and ruin the potential mojo for the comeback. And I don't really want to bother him as close as we're getting to the start of the second half. But you know, it's there he is again. Let's see what he's got to say. Anyhow, next week, guys, don't worry. Eric will be back. DK should be back. Um, who knows if they'll have somebody else join him or not. I am simply a 1 week fill in. Uh, for me, I really enjoy this. I think it would have been great to do a show with DK. DK and I always have a lot of great back and forths. Unfortunately, a one-man show with this kind of game, not scripted out for me, as I usually, would like to have. If I'm a one-man show, I'd like to have a little something to go on. I was planning to do a lot of going back and forth with DK tonight, who, as much crap as I give him, is a very knowledgeable football fan, which is amazing because he's a Purdue fan. But you know, uh, it's kind of hard to run one of these. So hey, if anybody wants to say hi in the chat, say something. Well, I don't have a lot of people out there right now. It's like I got Buck Vader out there, but hey, if anybody has a question in the chat, if anybody has any comments in the chat, please feel free to throw them out there. I don't want to just sit here and regurgitate the stats to you. So at the moment, we're just going to kind of take a little pause, and I'm going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Okay, it does look like we are getting ready to start things up again here shortly. As we go back into the second half, 24-14, the defenders leave the Aviators, who squandered a chance in the second half, or at the end of the first half, to really make this a close ball game. They could have cut this down to a one-score game going into the half, but squandered that opportunity with a bad interception thrown by their quarterback, McClendon. But you know what? They do get the ball coming out in the first half, or the second half, rather. And the offense has moved the ball well. They've cost themselves with a few bad plays at the wrong time. Obviously, the interception that they had to end the half, the sack that they gave up, which kind of put them in a bad position prior to the muffed punt, which got them back into the game. So it's a team that has moved the ball well, but it's been those little errors, those mental mistakes, that has really cost this team. And that's something that Ted Ginn Jr. and his coaching staff are going to have to work on. And let's be realistic. It's a first-year franchise. They're going to get better. Ted Ginn is a first-year head coach. He's going to get better. There's just no way that they don't get better. But what I will say is they've got a lot of enthusiastic fans. I think they've got the right people in the head coach and some of the other coaching positions. The defensive coordinator is going to have to show me something. Not going to lie. The DC needs to show me something, because the defense plays very undisciplined, and that bothers me. But offensively, this is a team that is ready. So let's see what happens in the second half. See if the defense can step up, because they're going to have to make some stops. And as we come back, first half stats, as I said before, 21 yards rushing for DC, 66 for the Aviators, 182 through the air for DC, 127 for the Aviators. Each team has a takeaway. Columbus actually has two, which they do have 7 points off the takeaway. And time of possession actually favored Columbus. So Columbus is not in a bad situation whatsoever from the offensive standpoint. But they got to get some stops. They've got to do some sound tackling. They've got to be more textbook in their approach to tackling. And they've got to find a way to stop the run. And if they can do those things in the second half, they are not out of this game yet. And a big part of, definitely getting back in it is them going out there and scoring on this very first possession. So hopefully we are in our last run of ads here before the second half kickoff. And maybe. I don't know what this ad is even for. Maybe is this an ad for California or what? Yes, it was an ad for San Diego. Beautiful city from the looks of it. I've never been. My wife used to live there, I believe, but I've never been. Oh, well, thankfully it's coming up on 10 o'clock. The storm seemed to have moved through, so it doesn't look like I'm losing internet tonight. So that's a good thing. Oh, dead air, dead air, dead air. All right, it looks like we are coming back. Man, the Aviators fans are thick out there today. I really want to go down and check out an Aviators game this year. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It looks like they have a lot of fun there. They're just showing some of the first half highlights at this point. McClendon, my goodness. He's either got to lead that receiver or definitely stop telegraphing the plays downfield because that throw was hideous. Actually, the throw wasn't bad. It was a little behind, but honestly, it was just the way it was telegraphed was bad. Ted Ginn talking with Brock Heward right now. Um, Talking about the Aviators have to play their game and they've got to stop the run. And Ted Ginn Jr. briefly discusses, didn't call out the player, but briefly discussed what happened at the end of the first half where he went after the receiver who apparently had run the wrong route, uh, who was supposed to be basically picking and taking Sam Kidd out of that play. And instead, Kidd gets in there because he ran the wrong route and ends up intercepting the pass. So Ted Ginn Jr. not very happy about that. He knows how close this team was to actually having a lead in this game, or I'm sorry, actually being closer in this game and setting themselves up to take the lead in the second half. He knows they were within an eyelash of that. And at this point, he needs to come out second half, be aggressive, score on this first drive. And if he does that, this is a 3-point game if they get a touchdown. McCain kicking off for the defenders. Kick taken at the 9-yard line. Returned up across the 20. Returned up across the 30. He's out to about the 34-yard line with the return. McClendon going to get another chance. As he jogs out on the field. Again, not a bad first half for McClendon. McClendon flanked by Lovett in the backfield. Chisholm, Taylor, and Martin are the receivers. McClendon steps up, picks up about 6 yards on the ground. It's going to set up a 2nd and 4. Great blocking by number 71, Matt Farniok. Matt actually drove his guy into the second level allowing McClendon to get up there. McClendon again flanked in the backfield by Lovett. Hands the ball off. Bounces to the outside. Lovett with a big lane. He is down to the 28-yard line of the defenders. Great block by number 75, taking Parrish out of the play. Then Lovett escapes a tackle, breaks another tackle, gets out into the open field off the left side, and he gets down for a big, big run down into defender territory. The ball is on the defender 31-yard line. McClendon back, hands the ball off again. This one not going to be as successful. Gets about a yard and a half, maybe two. This one's going to set up, it looks like, about second down and 8. Love it starting out this series. McClendon asking the officials about something with the clock, I believe. McClendon now set. Martin is in motion. Trips to the right side. McClendon back, takes off running, gets a block, slides at about the 21-yard line. But it looks like there may be a flag for holding. And it's holding on number 71. The guy who we just praised for a great block actually gets called for holding this time around. And that was a clear hold right at the point of escape for McClendon. So that's going to bring up second and 18. It was a big loss like this that cost them earlier in the first half. McClendon back to pass. He throws the ball out to number 6. Number 6, Wells Jr. Number 6, Wells Jr. on the play. He gets it back to a manageable 3rd and 6 with a pickup of 12. McClendon waiting for the snap, gets the snap. He's looking downfield, in trouble, and goes down. Did he lose the ball? It looks like he may have lost the ball. Wait a minute. What is going on? Did they never call the play down and then Martin recovers the ball from behind? Is that possible? Yes! Unbelievable! They never blew the call dead after Columbus's fumble. Therefore, they get pursued from behind after the ensuing possession. Columbus causes another fumble. We just saw a Leon Lett play. Wow! If this stands, Columbus will have dodged a major bullet. Wow. Don Beebe was the receiver that actually caused. He just pulled a Don Beebe. Yes. They just showed this in slow motion, guys. He was actually back up on his feet before he was touched by a defender. They're going to review this, but the right play was called. This was a fumble. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We just saw Leon let Don Beebe part two in this one. It's going to be 1st and 10 Columbus. Columbus gets a major break back. And what a heads up play on the part of Tay Martin. And it wasn't just Tay Martin that did it. It was Tay Martin recovered the ball, but I'm trying to see who made the tackle on this play. Juice Wells. It was Juice Wells, that number 6 that made the fumble, and then 81 Tay Martin who went with him and got the recovery. What a great play! And now, oh my goodness, a screen pass absolutely blown up for a loss. Columbus just, they've got to get the ball to the other side of that line of scrimmage. 2nd and 16. All right, McClendon back. 2nd 16. Looking for the snap. Delay a game. Columbus just absolutely cannot get out of their own way right now. This is absolutely just lack of fundamentals. 2nd and 21 now. McClendon at his own 25-yard line now. He is back to pass, throws the ball for a 1-yard gain. Are you kidding me? You are on 2nd and 21 and you throw a 1-yard pass. That is pathetic. Cardale needs to suit up and get out there because right now they need somebody who can put the ball downfield. McClendon about fumbles it again. McClendon fumbles for the 2nd time. Wow. This is, as good as the offense was in the first half, they are that bad in the second half. Columbus punts the ball away. DC gets it at the 45 and comes out to midfield. The ball is actually on just inside the Aviators territory. Wow. Yeah, Donald, you're 100% right. Right. This quarterback is not able to keep hold of the ball. He's telegraphing his throws. Uh, you know, I understand that he's your starting quarterback and you want to ride or die with this guy, but at what point is a game so bad that maybe it's time to make a change and see if you can get a spark? Right now, you're at 24-14. You have had two opportunities in the last two drives to close this gap to a one score game, and your quarterback has botched both of those opportunities. Uh, I don't get it. I think it's time for Ted Ginn to make a serious consideration of changing quarterbacks to see if he can get a spark. I don't know if Jalen Morton would be an upgrade over this or not. Uh, 6'3", 226 out of Prairie View A&M. Uh, he looks like he was originally drafted by the Green Bay Packers, uh, or he was a free agent. I'm sorry, picked up as a free agent signee. Um, so he's had a cup of coffee in the league, but was waived. Spent some time with Indianapolis. So obviously there's some talent there. Maybe it's time to take a look because Jalen McClendon is costing you this game. Yeah, his stats are great, but he's had two opportunities to close the gap here and get this team back, get this down to a one-score game, and he has single-handedly thrown away both. All right, DC with the ball. Quarterback hands off to Jackson, who gets about 2 yards. Second and 8. Quarterback takes the snap. Handoff again to Jackson again. Big hole. He is off to the races. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. DC Deion Jackson with his third touchdown on the ground. It is 30-14 Columbus. They fake a jet sweep, and then as the defenders go the other direction, 25 just goes off tackle. Huge run. 31-14. At this point, you have to ask yourself if it's too much. Jackson is now over 100 yards individually. There are 177 yards of total rushing, 101 yards, 3 touchdowns for Jackson for the defenders. Actually, they've only got him credited at 95 yards officially. So the scoring between Fox and the UFL is different. He is 11 carries, 95 yards, 8.6 average, and 3 touchdowns. Is Jackson right now, according to the Fox Sports stats. Valladay, still 5 carries, 33 yards. Smith, 3 carries, 24 yards. Ta'amau, 3 carries, 19 yards. 171 yards on the ground. 4 touchdowns on the ground. This is just a clinic, guys. Just an absolute clinic being put on by the defenders. And this is a team that only put up 73 yards on the ground last week in the defenders. That tells me this is a Columbus team with a major defensive issue. I got nothing I can say to this at this point, guys. Let's just sit back and see if the offense can make the changes that need to be made to get back in this. But at some point, you're going to have to make a defensive stop if you're going to do this. The kick is up. And it's going to be going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. So Deion Action Jackson out of Duke University, 27 years of age, actually set a UFL record with those 3 rushing touchdowns today. McClendon passes the ball. He was down on the ground. Are they calling that a turnover? They're calling it a fumble, but he was clearly down. So he throws the ball. He spins. That was correct. I was wrong. He spun, and when he spun, they came in and they put the helmet on the ball. Number 7 for the defenders just knocks that ball loose. Defenders recover. Joe Wallace just made a absolute huge play. Six turnovers in tonight's game. That is bad. DC, the quarterback keeper, slides after a gain of about 1. Don't be sorry, Donald, because you are not missing anything. This is a ugly, ugly game. Columbus at this point may have more turnovers than points by the end of the game. End around, picks up about 6 yards. Wow. The Aviators now at the Columbus 20. Tomu throws low, but it is picked up by his tight end, who just waltzes in untouched for a touchdown. His score is now 37-14 with the extra point upcoming. This is a bloodbath at this point. The tight end Briley Moore just walked in without being touched. Extra point is good. So DC in this game, 8 possessions, 5 touchdowns, and a field goal for DC. They are just absolutely dominating. Well, let me tell you, I'm glad for the enthusiasm of the fans that you can hear them from your place, Anthony. But let me tell you, I can't imagine you're going to be hearing a lot of fans cheering right now as this team down 37-14. And this was a team that just minutes ago, at the end of the first half, was in a position to cut this to a 1-point deficit. Or a 1-game deficit. Not 1 game. 1 possession deficit. I'm so flustered right now, I can't even think straight. That touchdown, or that interception thrown by McClendon at the end of the first half sucked all the life out of this Columbus team. They were in a position at 24-14 to go down, score a touchdown, and have the ball back coming out of the halftime. And instead, McClendon, on the last drive of the first half, throws an interception. On the first drive of the third quarter, fumbles the ball not once but twice, giving the defenders opportunity after opportunity. What quarter is it right now? It's the third quarter. It is the third quarter. It is 6:17 left in the third quarter, and it is 38-14. Defenders lead. It is. It's hard to watch. It's very hard to watch. And I'm saying this to you now. It's hard for me to watch, and I'm a Browns fan, and you have to know how hard that is. So there is still football left to play, but the way that they're playing right now, 24 points is a lot to ask for. And the more concerning than the point deficit is the point that the fact that they cannot stop DC. DC has 177 yards rushing in just over half of football. Okay. DC preparing to kick off to Columbus again. And that one, I believe, missed the landing zone. Yeah, the kicker missed the landing zone with that one. So Columbus is going to get the ball out of their 40. Yeah, I'm not surprised there's fans leaving, Anthony, and that's sad. This is the thing. I am going to say this. I'm a true football fan. No matter how mad I get, no matter how frustrated I get, I'm not leaving early. Handoff by Columbus. Big run. Taua with about a 12-yard gain on first down. They are going hurry up. They are going tempo here. Another handoff to Taua, who is just driving and falling forward. They blew the whistle early before he fell forward for what would have been a first down, but he's going to get about 8 yards on that carry, bringing up a long second three, or I'm sorry, long second two, maybe a short second three. And again, still going tempo. And a pitch out this time to Taua. Big run again, down to the 30-yard line for the first down. And guys, bear with me. I'm going to stay with you as long as I can. But Marion County, where I am at, was just put under a tornado warning. So McClendon, the ball is tipped. Guys, this one is looking to hit the city of Marion straight on. It is not going north of us as the past one was. I will hang with you as long as I can. However, this looks to be one that is coming directly towards Marion, so I may have to cut this short. If I do, I apologize. Bear with me. I'm going to step away from my desk. I'm not going to end the live as we're going. I'll keep the live going. I'm just going to go make sure that my family is in a good, safe place, and then we will go. I will be back. All right, guys, I get back just in time to see a Columbus touchdown to cut the lead to 18 as we close out the end of the third quarter. I do apologize. As I said, there is a tornado warning in Marion County right now. I just want to make sure my family was set up and safe. So I am back with you unless the weather takes out my internet here. McClendon back going for two, throws the ball up, and it is broken up. He was shooting for Taylor, but I'll tell you what, he actually had a tight end underneath where he would have actually been better off. Donald says I'm about a minute ahead of his feed. I'm coming right off of I have the Fox UFL feed off of my Amazon Prime account. That's what I'm watching on. So, oh, so let's see what happened while I was gone. Let's check out some numbers, get the updated statistics. At this point, it looks like Columbus is up to 141 yards of rushing. Very, very impressive number. Very balanced through that as well. As Taua has 44, McClendon has 43, Levitt has 33, and White, who is actually their starting back, only has 21. White and McClendon both have a touchdown. McClendon is now up to 104 yards passing on 62% completion. So he has a touchdown and an interception. For the defenders, Mahu has 91 yards passing, a touchdown and an interception. Jackson, 97 yards rushing for 3 touchdowns. Valladay, 33 yards rushing and a touchdown. Smith, 24 yards rushing. Mahu, 20 yards rushing. And Azukanma has 5 yards rushing. Receiving, it's been Wells has the most yards with 30, whereas Martin has the most receptions with 4 for 28. And then you look down, and we've got for the defenders, Powell is their leading receiver, 3 catches, 33 yards. Defensively, it has been Lawson who has been standing out for the Aviators. He leads the team in tackles with 7. He also has an interception on the day. It's Roberson who's leading the way for Kidd who's leading the way for the defenders. He has 6 tackles along with Roberson. And he also has 2 passes defensed and a interception as well. Smith with 2 tackles for loss, and Basham and Gardner have both accounted as well as Maxwell for a sack. There's been 3 sacks on the day by the defenders, 2 sacks on the day. 2 sacks. I'm sorry, 1 sack on the day by the Aviators. That sack by Stone. That happened way back in the first quarter. DC running back the kick. 24 still on his feet across the 30 to the 31. All right, the defenders starting their drive. Handoff up the middle, and right away, looks like about 8 yards. As we start the fourth quarter, this game's going to be all about running the ball right now. Honestly, Columbus could probably just fill the box up. With this 18-point lead, you got to imagine that this is a team who's going to just try to run the clock out. I'd be very surprised if Tom Mahu puts the ball up again. Tom Mahu with the give. First down. First down for the defenders at the 41-yard line. Handoff right up the middle. We had him stopped in the backfield, and he still gains 2 yards. Number 99, Walter Palmore, had him in the backfield, only to let him go. Second 8. Tom, move back to throw. Oh, and are you kidding me? Cam Smith breaks up the pass, but I think he is guilty of interference again. Oh, it was not on Smith. It was holding on Kyrie Woods off the ball. If you are watching, you are in Marion, Crawford, Mora, or Wyandotte counties. You are under a tornado warning until 11 p.m. tonight. Take shelter and be safe. Okay, handoff up the middle. Looks like a gain of 3 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. That run by Abram Smith, the third string back for the DC Defenders. Abram played his college ball at Baylor, and he came out in 2022. And Tom Mahu, gets the pass off, and it's completed. I have no idea. He was under pressure. I have no idea how he got that pass off. Gets that pass off to Powell, and he had no business even throwing that ball. That was with the 3-yard option in the UFL game. This is still a 2-possession game. That was a foolish play. Handoff to number 13, who gets the run. He has got a big run on the outside. He cuts back up inside. He is down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Validate the running back, great block, but after they spring him, this was all. This was all Azukma. Handoff this time to Valaday. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage. Maybe leans forward for a yard. Well, it's been a long game, guys. I'll tell you, this has been a long game. Those of you who are watching this game after the fact, be sure to join us on Sunday night when the OHIO podcast will be back with you again. 8 o'clock, we'll be discussing, of course, Buckeye football with our weekend roundtable. Tamaru throws the ball up, and I think the touchdown was caught. Azukanma, did he make the catch? The UFL goes by the college rule, so therefore they only have to have 1 foot down. Oh, the heel is not going to fall in. I think that this one is actually going to be an incomplete pass. Third and goal. Ball's on the ground. Columbus may have gotten the ball. No, DC covers it. 4th down. They're going to actually end up probably kicking a field goal here to make it a 3-possession game. And the field goal is up. The field goal is good. It is a 21-point game at this point with only 8:12 left. Columbus is going to have to score. They're going to have to score fast, and they're going to have to score in bunches. What are my thoughts of spring football, Donald? I like it. I think it's exciting. Um, I think it is great to have football here in Ohio during the spring. Columbus, Ohio, is in the Central Ohio area, is a football rich area. We are serious fans in this area, and I love having spring football here. I love the fact that there are Ohio State players associated with the UFL, and specifically with our Columbus Aviators. Um, so yeah, I really like it. I like that we've got it here. It's something I'm still learning the rules on the UFL, but I'd really love to definitely, maybe go down and take in a few games. This is a team getting completely dominated right now, though, this Columbus team. 318 yards to 240 yards of offense to Columbus. White runs up the middle, gets a 10-yard carry for a first down. Yeah, I think that's a good word for it. It's an appetite. Juice Wells with a reception on the left side gets out of bounds. The clock back running again. Yeah, it's a good filler. It's a great filler till September. McClendon, oh, nearly picked off. So, friends here in North Central Ohio, this is what you are looking at right now. Make sure you are taking cover if you are in North Central Ohio, friends. All right. Third and 4 for the Aviators. McClendon back in the shotgun, takes the snap. He's looking. He throws it downfield. It is broken up. What a great play by defenders. Number 28 gets in there and breaks up the play from Chisholm. Boydo. So 4th and 4 here. They're going for it, obviously, here, down by 3 scores. McClendon back, looking, takes off with his feet. Going to make that first down. And more, slides at about the 34-yard line. So first down, Columbus. Okay, guys, this one's getting a little bit out of control, and we now have heavy hail and heavy winds in the area. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and sign off this broadcast of this game. I hope you enjoyed it so far tonight. I enjoyed filling in for Eric, but I am going to go ahead and sign out for now. Until next time, I am the Wild Man Chris Wilds. Have a wonderful evening, and go Aviators.